To the pictures and the match in Perpignan, Terry O'Connor, Steve-O and Bill Arthur.
Well, the Catalan Dragons in pole position, but if Warrington needs a little bit of encouragement, they can look at the achievement of the Wigan Warriors in the playoffs last year. They trailed 30 points to 6 on 55 minutes at Bradford in that memorable game at odds. Well, memorable if you're a Wigan supporter. They trailed 30 points to 6 and came back to win it at the death, 31 points to 30. It's going to take a titanic effort like that from this Warrington side if they are going to get back in this game. But plus factors, the wind at their backs, and maybe a positive start to this second half.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that James Lowes would have said to the likes of Lee Breers, come on, and Monaghan, let's get the forwards, get them into a good position, because it is very, very strong. It's going down into that far left-hand corner, and they've got to utilise it as often as can, and maybe just force the error from the Catalan side, who were very strong in that last 10 minutes of the first stanza.
But this is a Catalan Dragon side notoriously difficult to beat on their own pitch. But that's 3 tackles gone now then. Braychek runs into some solid defence from Olivier Ellimer and Jamil Fakir. And Breers inside his 40, but that was straight down the middle of the field, and that's going to skip away out of the field of play. But that shows maybe how powerful this wind is. It certainly has picked up as the game has gone on. It's coming straight down off the mountains, away to our left.
But do you know what though? That's sometimes one of the best options that you can do, because you can see the Warrington really set the defensive line. They've got the spacings right in between the players, and this is what they've got to do. They're always going to start really strong. James Lowes is going to have given them a lot of direction. Probably the direction they would have given is don't give away the penalties and don't concede cheap yards.
The biggest problem that they have there, Warrington, in their defence, as you can see early in this second half, is that they're getting over that advantage line, which was in the past 20 minutes in the first half. They were controlling things, and they're struggling to even stop the dummy half. And look at that, that's casual defence.
Croker puts the kick in, Murphy will chase it, Hicks will come across and very coolly deal with that one, Chris Hicks, but he was trapped, there was nowhere else for him to go. Good kick from Croker.
Tremendous rugby league football. Well, they haven't been at their best over the past 4 to 5 weeks, ever since really Catalan realised that they could not be caught on that third position, but they've really, really lifted for this tonight. The power, the positional play, the good solid work in the forwards, and the crafty little kicks into the corner.
Of course, Catalan's form really did dip with just 1 win in the last 6 games, and they've failed to win the last 3 home games. The last home win was a last-minute win against Harlequins in July. So they have been vulnerable, having said that they're tough to beat on their own patch. Maybe not so tough in recent weeks, but it's whether their minds were already focusing on the playoffs. They're in possession again with Jamil Fakir.
Again, the Warrington defence, they're hanging back, they're making 1 step forward and then saying, right, what are the French outfit going to do?
Bosque. He's not the most elegant of players, Thomas Bosque.
Effective, though.
Gets to his feet to play the ball. It was Breers with the tackle. Maguire going on his own and allowed to slip out of the tackle. Oh, and the Warrington defence just melted away there. And Casey Maguire back in the side tonight after a 3-match absence, starting tonight after a 3-match absence, is on the score sheet. We were waiting for that, Steve-O.
He didn't do much running from dummy half. He didn't have to, because he was just controlling it and making sure that the forwards came rushing onto it. But on this occasion, he showed all the skills in the world. Threw a dummy to the open. Nothing they could do about that. Paul Wood had no chance. Breers came out, he took the dummy. Crafty play by this fella.
Warrington needed a good start to the second half. They needed to get themselves back into the game. At the very least, they needed to deny Catalan any more points early on in the second half, and they failed to do that.
Defence is all about attitude, and that is a very, very soft try to concede straight away into the second half. but it looks like they're trying to send on the big guns in Rahihi and Morley to try and tighten up that ruck and try and control the little plays that they're doing, because that's where Catalan are really targeting them. They've seen that there's a weakness, and that's where they're going for. They're going for the jugular.
You can just see Rahihi ambling into a shot there to join his teammates lined up behind those posts for this conversion from Bosk, which is successful, and they lead now by 28 points to do. Morley there as well on the field, but the flags are flying for Catalan.
Just sheer skill. Left Paul Wood stranded, and they know it. Heads are going down. It's an important 5 or 10 minutes now for Warrington. If there's any hope of them getting back into this match, they've got to at least score.
And sometimes you've got to credit the way that the shape that they've got Catalan off the ball. The wingers are really holding the touchline. So what that means is that the Warrington players are pulling out wide, trying to mark man-on-man on their own line, and that's leaving gaps up the middle.
Jamil Fakir and Morley, he's seen the damage that Fakir is doing and said, right, that's enough of that, son.
Tremendous stuff from Morley.
And Rahihi was there as well, their heavy-duty brigade. But that is a great offload from Carlo and gets the ball away to Bosk. And that's retaliation from the Catalan Dragons. Great rugby league from both sides there. And Greenshields, the pass was behind Gleeson. Gleeson unable to do anything about that. Greenshields back in possession. Catalan working their way out of trouble well. Here is Fakir. Fakir gets the ball away this time to Elimer, and Elimer away from the first defenders. That's the 5th tackle. Bosk puts the kick in. Oof, late from Bracek there on Bosk. He just shrugs aside the challenge. Hicks receives the kick. Warrington have the ball back with Chris Hicks. Matty Blythe now. 2 tackles gone as he plays that ball inside his own 30. Here is Westwood. Breers must be itching to get his hands on the ball to try a 40-20. He's inside his own 40 now. Gleeson, they're running it, they're keeping it alive rather. Morley, 4 tackles gone. Clap of the hands from Breers, shapes to kick, then gets the ball away to Bracek. Bracek gives it away to Croker. Croker has got a player on his shoulder but couldn't get the ball to Murphy.
Experience shown there by Croker. He knows at 28 points to 2, he hasn't got to force a pass. Even though they had the opportunity, he said, let's have possession. Let's just build yet again.
And here is Jason Croker, signed on for another season, I think, Croker, even though he'll be in his 36th year. Catalan certainly deeming him worthy of keeping. Mogg is tackled on the 20-metre line. And here is Jamil Fakir. Fakir runs straight at Monaghan, and Monaghan, to be fair, stood his ground and then disappeared almost into the ground. Here is Mogg. Mogg shaped to kick. Greenshields takes the pass. Greenshields puts the kick in, will chase it himself. Hicks has lost it. He's got it back. He's got it back. Phew. Sighs of relief from the Warrington supporters behind there. Well, I think initially Steve Ganson decided it was a goal line dropout. He's given head and feet to Catalan Dragons from that knock-on from Chris Hicks.
Brilliant play. The way that they've applied the pressure, it must be pleasing Mick Potter, their coach. It's been wonderful. They've got it all together. Greenshields has been a real thorn in the Warrington defence under pressure yet again. He loves nothing better than just chiming outside the centre. And then when he can do that, he can the ability to just put in that little grubber kick into the corner area. And talking of which, keep your eye on Greenshields again. They're pretty famous, Catalans, for doing the miss out 2 runners.
Clark and Muniz and Fakir, I think it was, having a dispute. Well, the penalty has gone to Catalan Dragons for Warrington, I think, just trying to delay that scrum as long as they could, to delay the inevitable here.
Well, they wouldn't put the head in the scrum. That's what the referee was calling for.
Here is Croker. Croker trying to go over the top. 2 tackles gone. Blythe it was, leading the defence there. Mogg now. Mogg again swinging the pass out wide. It reaches Sebastian Ragan. Ragan puts the kick in. Pello will chase, and again Hicks is back across, and Hicks just manages to get out of the danger zone, but he'll play the ball right on his own try line.
Great work by the fullback. He put his body on the line. It was very brave indeed. But do they have the energy? Do they have the power to get out of this bit of a trouble? Trying to get it out wide. Westwood is banged up.
Oh, and they'll get a penalty. Well, that is a big relief. Ben Westwood, the frustration really coming to a boil now. But they'll get the penalty, not square. Only their second penalty of the game.
That was great work by Chris Hicks. He knew he had 3 or 4 charging towards him. Can this man produce any magic? Lee Briers. He's done it in the past, but at 28-2 against a cruel defence. Some of the hits from Catalan, and again they've given away a penalty.
Well, Catalan got back-to-back penalties, went down the field and scored just about from this position. Can Warrington make something of this?
This is what Warrington need to do now. They're in the right part of the pitch. Martin Gleeson's run up. He's trying to encourage his troops to follow. Big Rahi, he's going up the middle of the pitch, but they've got to start getting into this game. They've got to really, if they keep composed in this set of 6 and maybe come up with another kick, they need to try and force some errors down here.
Briers is shouting, he wants it, first receiver.
Braychek will play the ball. Clark, it is Briers. Briers, shaped to pass, finds the pass to Hicks. Hicks back across the field of play, looking for the gap, he's found it! Hicks has, he's lost the ball! Fakir will pick it up, it's still loose. Oh no! Warrington Wolves.
Cannot believe that. The one moment where they had to try, and
it was that man Bosk. It was that man Thomas Bosk. The hand of Bosk denies Chris Hicks.
unbelievable play. Just shows you never give up in this game. Keep trying to the end.
And Chris Hicks, a try that would have at least given Warrington Wolves a bit of hope, would have lifted the spirits, and it's probably more dispiriting to get that close than then see it snatched away from you.
But that shows team spirit, that shows a pride in your defence that you don't want them to score. They've come up with remarkable effort in the first half and they've carried it on in the second half.
Bob will play the ball because very quickly Catalan Dragons are down at the other end of the field, and Bosk will hoist the kick. Oh, and Riley is underneath it and under pressure and does well to get the ball and then gets the penalty. Just a little bit of a set two, and the Warrington players not liking the way that Riley was challenged there. It was Muniz, I think, who went in late. He did ever so well there, did Chris Riley. Oh,
yeah, Muniz, that was silly play.
No wonder they objected to that, Warrington Wolves.
Well, Monahan can't believe it. Said, what about you, the leading with the elbow? He in a lot of trouble.
Discipline's getting a bit ragged now. Now I'm going to come in and sort it if it carries on. All right.
That's a brave statement. I'm going to come in and sort it, he said to Adrian Morley.
It's the power of the whistle, Bill, and the power of the red card.
Briers with the penalty, a relieving penalty that takes Warrington inside almost the Catalan half. And here is Morley, just across the halfway line. Paul Wood. They're not home and dry yet, the Catalan Dragons. Long way to go in this game.
It's been a good build-up on this occasion by Warrington.
Well, it was a good build-up.
That's a
They'll
knock-on.
get the ball back. No, it was the knock-on, and frustration off the ball from Ben Westwood as another opportunity goes begging.
Well, the first one wasn't a knock-on, but look at this. Tremendous play. What a game he's having, Thomas Bosk. You never give in. Psychologically, that would be a bitter blow to the Warrington Wolves. As they saw their man going over, and you think, well, that's it. We've got a chance. Just a glimmer of hope, and then it just fades away.
And also the knock-on that led to this scrum, because they just started to get back into the game. They're in the right part of the pitch, but they didn't score that try, and also they failed to keep hold of the ball.
So Catalan in possession on their own 40-metre line. Ragan wrestling clear of Braychek. Braychek's been putting himself about since he came on, just trying to unsettle the Catalan Dragons with some big hits. Elimer, Clark with a big hit on him.
This is where Mick Potter will start bringing some of the big players off the bench. He knows that the power of getting over the advantage line has been so effective tonight. He's ringing the changes.
Wilson plays the ball. Mogg. Jean-Philippe Bale, Jean-Philippe Bale as they call him, plays the ball. It's on the last. Bosch puts the kick in, and that's too strong over the head of Hicks. Well, James Lowe knows all about playoffs. He's played in 4 grand finals and won with the Bulls against Wigan in 2001 and 2003.
Wonderful play by Breers.
Wonderful play.
Absolutely superb.
But not quite.
He hasn't given up hope.
He gets the head and feet at the scrum from that restart. That's great thinking. He used the wind that time. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered. From that tap 20, the kick, using the wind.
But even if they don't score this set of 6, they've just got to complete this set of 6, come up with a good kick, and try and put Catalan under a bit of pressure in their own 20.
So here is Gleeson. They've kept a close eye on Gleeson here tonight. Moggitt was with the tackle on him that time. Matt King. King greeted by the Catalan defence. 2 tackles gone. Clark pops the ball up to Paul Wood, and Wood driven back by Carlaw. Good defence that time from the Catalan Dragons. King. They could do with some of the magic that Matt King has occasionally demonstrated this season for the Warrington Wolves. Now Clark, Monaghan. Fortunately, that pass found Westwood. It very nearly found Sebastian Ragan. It was Westwood who tied it up, but they've lost a bit of momentum there. 4 tackles gone in this set of 6. Westwood struggling to get to his feet. Breers fires the pass out. Now Gleeson can be dangerous here. Ball back in field to Breers. Breers, a little kick over the top. Mogg saw that coming and diffuses the situation for the Catalan Dragons.
Oh, that was a high shot. Well, the official has just waved it away.
Greenshields gets to his feet, fortunately in one piece, and just looks at referee Ganson and says, "You are joking."
Well, there wasn't a pitching out there, I can assure you. Oh, a great run. This is where they built the supremacy of the Catalan side. Quick play of the ball.
On more quick hands, and Bale was looking to continue it there, but it's good defence from Warrington restricting them here. They're still running it. It's still alive. No, it went forwards. Wilson knocked that one forwards. It'll be the turnover. Just trying to get a little bit flash there, the Catalan Dragons.
Well, they know it's going to be difficult to get a high kick or plenty of length against this strong wind. And you can afford to do these sort of things, but it's been so effective.
That's where you earn your money, bringing the ball away from your own line. And the Catalan forwards always seem to be breaking through the first and second tackle. The Warrington set just cannot control them, turn them on the back. Michael Monaghan needs to get hold of his teammates, especially his forwards. Adrian Morley's trying to lift them as much as he can every time he gets the ball.
He's had a big game, despite the fact that we know he went into it with an injury. And it's not an easy injury to shirk off as well, anything around the rib cage area. The
Matty
upper
Blythe's
torso.
playing that ball. He got his chance under James Lowe's. And Monaghan found himself through there and just stopped. And Griggs ain't going to stop. Griggs will get to the line. But did he? An obstruction is what Steve Ganson is looking at. Griggs, meanwhile, has a shoulder problem by the look of things.
He's saying, "Don't move me." I think he feels that it's dislocated.
He bravely went in there. Now Monaghan.
Beautiful play, back on the inside. He's set sails for the line. I think he gets it down. No problem about that. Well, I don't know where the obstruction's going to come from. I think this try is going to be given.
It was Dimitri Pello who came in with the tackle. He's had a few problems in that area, hasn't he, Terry?
The Warrington doctors and the physio will be hoping not. Look how he stretches out for the line. Dimitri Pello comes over the top, and you can see him wince and hold his shoulder, and you can see the heavily strapping. It's already there.
It's a try. There's no doubt about that. And full credit to Warrington for not throwing the towel in. Well, it's some relief, and it looks as though he's shirking it off, but a shake of the head to the trainer saying, "I think I'm in a bit of trouble."
The try has been awarded, so Hicks will attempt the conversion and give Warrington Wolves a little bit of hope, but not much hope left for Griggs as he leaves the field there. 28-8 the scoreline here.
And doesn't that just go to show that we've said that they've got to control the ball, they've got to play the advantages. Simon Gritz comes up with the play to get them back into the game, but unlucky for him, he's got to go off.
So Warrington get points on the board, but they need a big effort now in the final quarter of this game. Morley leading the charge. Back-to-back tries, what they could do with.
If there's any team that can score tries, it's Warrington. There's only Leeds and St Helens that scored more than them in Super League, so they can score tries with Monaghan. Look at the width that they're playing with, the confidence that they've got from scoring that try.
Yeah, 126 tries now for the season for the Warrington Wolves. That Grix try increasing, as you say, Terry. Third best tally, and that's quick hands from Gleeson, almost setting Matty Blythe away.
To be fair, that's about the best sort of shape that we've seen on there. This will go with them.
And another penalty conceded, and maybe the Catalan Dragons are feeling the pressure now. Chan taking an eternity to get off the ball.
They're getting the confidence.
4 penalties in a row.
Warrington, as I say, in that attacking motion there and the build-up, good shape, good solid, look confident, but that, again, is great defence.
Lee Mitchell, it was, who felt that hit. Now, Chris Hicks is tackled. Clark, Westwood now. Westwood has lost that ball, he's knocked it on. It was Olivier Ellimer, and then somebody has said something. Yeah,
it was definitely.
I'll tell you, I think it was Breers. It was Breers in the background.
Well, it's sheer frustration. Still plenty of time, only 20 points out of it.
I think it was Breers. Well, one or two of them were disappointed with that decision. Here's Mogg. Carlaw, another one of these Catalan players with huge playoff experience. 18 playoff games with the Brisbane Broncos, including a couple of grand final wins, Dane Carlaw.
Mick Potter will get the message out. Look, let's go back to basics. Quick play the ball, good stuff. We're working the blind side, but it's the sheer weight of the forwards that get them in a good position.
Warrington's defence seems to have tightened up a bit on the fringes, but it's too late. The damage done in the first half. Bosk puts the kick in.
That'll do.
Maybe hoping for a bit more depth on that one, but just to keep Warrington down this end of the field.
When you've got rampaging forwards that we've seen tonight from the Catalans, it's not surprising that the likes of Adam Mogg, Thomas Bosk are controlling things out there, Terry. It's just been so workmanlike, hasn't it?
But when you talk about, every time you talk about a set of halfbacks, it shows that the forwards are on top, doesn't it? The forwards need to lay that platform, and the Catalan forwards have really done that. They played against Warrington. Adrian Morley has led from the front, and again, trying to take that ball. That is a real tough play when the forwards are in your face and they're just there trying to dominate you, but he turns up time after time after time.
Clark finds Gleeson, and Gleeson is quickly located by the Catalan defence. And Catalan now it is, who are just trying to slow things down. An indication of maybe how the game has shifted a bit.
Well, on a few occasions this season, at home, they have sort of tended to just go to sleep a little bit late in the game.
Breers with the fumble, which puts Monaghan under pressure. He does well to get out of danger then. Oh, and Casey Maguire almost got it, but they'll get another set of 6, will the Warrington Wolves. Well, they could have been looking at a try being conceded, and instead they've got the ball back, and they'll get the ball back again here. There was a Catalan hand in, but Jamil Fakir looking on. Maguire going for that one, very nearly getting it from Matt King.
Well, definite knock on there by the skipper, Maguire.
Warm up, time's off. Time back on.
Breers fires the pass out. That was a bold one and found Chris Hicks. But they've got to take gambles like that, the situation they're in.
but as well, they've got to try and grind them down. They can't look for that big play. They've got to. Well, Catalan have been so dominant is that they've ground them down. They've worked the field position. They've really sucked in the Warrington defenders. It's not about the big plays. It's about the short little passing game that attracts the defenders.
Here is Matty Blythe. Blythe doing well to get that pass away to Chris Hicks, and Chris Hicks trying to pass it on, couldn't do so, and it's salvaged by the Catalan Dragons.
Good play by Moniz there, tremendous stuff. The Catalan player down injured in the back play. Westwood tried to get to it.
It's Ollie Ellimer who's taken a bang on the head.
He's worked overtime as Westwood, and I've been impressed with the way that, you know, the prop forward Adrian Morley, he's done everything tonight, hasn't he? We know he's not 100%, but it's been a brave effort from him.
Oh, Guisset just on the field in place of Ellimer, and that's his first touch, and he nearly went without it. 4 tackles gone. Maguire sends him down the short side. Sebastian Ragat just manages to get the ball away before he is tackled. 5th tackle. Mogg surveys the scenery and decides Bosk is the receiver, and Bosk with the chip kick, well fielded by Riley.
He's had an outstanding game as Thomas Bosk has been everywhere. And he's bit in defence as well. It's a little bit too strong with the chip over the top.
King to his feet to play the ball, and then Monaghan is quickly stopped by Mogg. Here is Matty Blythe. Blythe able to get the ball away, just flicks it back, and Riley picks it up, and Riley with the handoff and straight into the hands of Dane Carlaw. And Carlaw, good strength from him, and then Morley meets him.
I got the impression there that Carlaw shouted out for that football. There's a neat little chip pass back into him.
Here's Jean-Philippe Bale.
Will they work that short blind side? They've utilised it quite a lot tonight.
Alex Chan, 3 tackles gone. Another Catalan try here would surely kill off any Warrington hopes of a dramatic fight back. 4 tackles gone now. Maguire shapes the pass. Wilson puts the kick in, and Murphy, has he got a hat-trick? It's going to be another video ref decision. Wilson's kick, and Murphy on the follow-up.
Was he a touch in front? Pretty difficult to check on the head-on. But again, the way that this Catalan side have utilised that blind side, especially with that kick into the corner, created all sorts of problem. Has Murphy got his hat-trick?
Well, this will give us a better view. Wilson it is in possession. He's onside, isn't he?
Yeah, he's okay. This will be given. This will be TRY, and the fight back, I'm afraid, from Warrington is about to be demolished, surely.
Well, Ian Smith not convinced. It's Wilson's kick.
Yeah, he's onside as far as I'm concerned. This will be hat-trick time, but who knows?
Well, Murphy looking for his 3rd Catalan Dragons hat-trick, and amazingly he's got 1 in each season for the Catalan Dragons. He's got 1 this season, 1 in 2006, 1 in 2007, and now, to the delight of Laurent Freycinou and Mick Potter, his coach, he's got another 1.
It's another step forward to the dream of Old Trafford. Could it really? Could they do it? We know Leeds and St Helens, they're pretty red-hot favourites at the moment. But it's quite obvious now they will be playing next weekend at home.
Okay, Smith. Smith there.
That'll be a tough encounter. And the way that they played tonight, I've been so impressed.
Well, what play by John Wilson. He felt no pressure on him whatsoever. As he just took the ball, he pulled up the Warrington defenders, he really attracted them, and then come up with that nice, neat little kick.
The try awarded. Thomas Bosk not impressed. And Bosk will hope to continue his success with the boots. And those three clowns quickly shown the exit. Apologies for anybody who took offence at that. The locals thought it was hilarious. And Bosk with this conversion attempt from way out wide. And this one, with the wind in his face, is wide of the target, but Catalan Dragons on target now, 32 points to 8.
Great work by Wilson.
Well, apologies again for that intrusion. Just to point out, we don't have control of the pictures you're seeing. Not sure we've got control of what you're hearing either.
Let's see what the reaction are now off this Warrington team. They know there's only 20 minutes to go now, and then this could be the end of their season. They really need to step up to the mark. They're what, 24 points behind. They've got to come up with 4 tries to get back into this game. It's not beyond them, but they must start completing the basics right to get back into this game.
Well, you can't take away anything in regards to that effort. You know, at 22 points to 2 at half-time, I think everybody here anticipated that it would just be a complete runaway. I think that they've really muscled up. They look very, very tired in the first half, but they've found some reserve of energy of Warrington. But against this Catalan side, they've just been superb.
And defensively, that's where it's very hard to defend as they break free again.
They are breaking. Muniz has got support out wide from Pello and hands the ball to Dimitri Pello. Pello now, Westwood would clean him out. Ben Westwood tackling to the very end for his side. Bosk, Mog now, the Catalan fans sensing that there could be more points coming for their side. Will they get another set of 6? They will here. They're lining up for this, and they're in through Gregory Muniz, and that is a popular try. One of the local lads. He's missed only 1 game this season. Former UTC player, and the floodgates might be about to open for the Warrington Wolves. In the background there, they're sinking to their knees.
Just keeping the ball alive, that's what it's all about. The confidence running through their veins. Green Shield looked for one moment there. I thought he was going to throw the dummy and go into it. They get the ricochet of Riley. Green Shield says no. When you've got a man outside, you may as well. Gregory Muniz adds yet another try. They're enjoying it down here in Perpignan, and why not? The flags are waving. This has been an impressive performance.
There he is, young Gregory Muniz, French international, a member of their World Cup squad. And we can look forward to seeing him in action in Australia come October, as with Thomas Bosk as well. And that can only be good. This Catalan progression in the playoffs can only be good for French international rugby league, for John Money's cause.
I know what I was going to say then before they come up with that try was, what takes out in your rugby league is defence. When you've got to get off your line, you've got to get back the 10 yards, you've got to turn these big 18-stone guys on the back. It really does tire you out, and if you're doing it throughout the game and you seem to be defending, and you're defending in the wrong part of the pitch, that's where it really does take the energy away from you.
Bosk with another tricky conversion attempt, and this one again wide of the target. It's Catalan on target, 36 points to 8 they lead.
It was just pure skill. Forwards, hard work, getting themselves into a position. They went for the power play. You can afford to do that. You'll remember this, Will Muniz. 36-8. Convincing, that is for sure. The Mexican wave is trying to be started on that far side. They're celebrating early.
Warrington supporters, well, 7 of them doing a conga. Desperately trying to keep a smile on their faces, but it's the Catalan supporters who really are in party mood now. And they'll be back here next weekend. Or will they be at the Amé Giral, the stadium down the road, where they are hoping to play their next playoff game, or if they got through, they were hoping to play their next playoff game. But of course, the they have powerful rugby union neighbours here who might not be so accommodating, shall we say.
Well, the club, they certainly want to try to move because it's been a packed house tonight. And I must say that that'll be down to the officials to sort out in the following week. The atmosphere here has been electric. And it's not surprising that apart from the first 15-20 minutes when Warrington, oh, they're away again.
They are. Mogg and Clint Greenshields will go all the way. Cooper will chase him, but he won't catch him. And Greenshields gets another try. The player who has been ever present for 55 consecutive Super League games for the Catalan Dragons, hasn't missed one in 2 years, gets his 17th try of the season. He is the club's leading try scorer.
Great inside ball. Mogg knew exactly where Greenshields was going to be. We've kept mentioning it throughout this season, the ability of this man, the timing, the power. He knows exactly where to position himself. It's not just about the speed, it's about reading the game, and he's one of the best. Bosk back on the inside. The combination between Mogg and Bosk has been nothing short of outstanding. And there's still plenty of time left. It's becoming a rout at the moment.
Well, still about 9 minutes on the clock, according to the stadium clock. And Thomas Bosk, 4 from 7 with the boot from him tonight. The damage could have been even greater had he been on target. Some of them, though, have been tricky kicks in tricky kicking conditions. Warrington dejected. The Wolves, of course, have had to cope with a succession of injury problems as Bosk lands another one. 42-8 the scoreline to the Catalan Dragons. And in fairness to Warrington, you know, Rob Parker suspended. They've lost Grix in the course of this game. OK, maybe the game was beyond them, but the Andersons away. Chris Bridge as well.
They've took a few guys into it, but Clint Greenshields, in 2007 he made more metres than anybody else, more tackle bust, more carries. What a player this guy's been for them. But you talk about stability, and it's more or less been the same team for the last few years. The first year in Super League they finished bottom, last year they finished 10th, and this year, amazingly, they finished 3rd.
And you know, they've emulated the Brisbane Broncos by doing that, reaching the playoffs in only their 3rd season. The Broncos doing that in 1990, and that is some measure to match yourself by, isn't it?
But you look at the south of France, and it's a hotbed of rugby league. A lot of these guys that's playing, it showed when they played in the French test against the English side, how good they are. And like Remy Castille, another one who I'm really a big admirer of. But the Australian lads, they've not just come over here to play and take the money, they've come over here to add a lot to this south of France.
Mogg, and again they're looking for more points here. Well, Breer's got a hand to that now. Then Breers kicks ahead and chases Riley. Riley will go for all he's worth, but he can't get there in time.
A golden opportunity. They paid the price at Catalan of trying to keep this ball alive, and Breers, he knew he didn't have the speed. Riley, just too far.
He scored tries in the last 13 games for the Wolves as Chris Riley, but that one got away from him.
Well, in the first minute of this match, remember Catalan received a penalty and they failed to kick the touch. And you just thought, is this an omen? Could Warrington really match? And I'm afraid they've been completely outplayed in virtually all departments. It's been impressive. Mick Potter, their coach, must feel extremely proud. And you talk about the impact that it's had down in the south of France here. The amount of juniors that they've been attracting. They run schools here on a regular basis, and it's wonderful for the future of French rugby league.
Well, the opposing coaches here tonight, Mick Potter and James Lowes, were on the same side back in 1997. Mick Potter was on the Bradford Bulls coaching staff with Matt Elliott, and Jimmy Lowes was a member of their winning side and Man of Steel winner in 1997 when they won it first past the post. And they've both taken to the coaching game, and Mick Potter, of course, moving on and up to St Helens next season.
Well, can Warrington just get a bit of some consolation? That man again, he's given his heart and soul tonight, Adrian Morley.
Well, he was the players' player, the vice president's player of the year, Wolves player of the year at the awards night was Adrian Morley. Our Blythe goes without it. Penny swoops thinking, could be something on here, but the whistle has gone already.
Just trying to keep the ball alive, Blythe, and again, this scrambling defence. Carlos swinging right arm, just dislodged the ball, and the ball carrying arm.
42-8 the scoreline, and of course Warrington's minds go back to their last visit. Well, their minds probably don't go back to the last visit, that 52-12.
I think over the past few weeks it's been somewhat of a reality check, hasn't it, for James Lowes?
Yeah, there's 8 in a row.
He took over from Paul Cullen, and to be fair, they certainly seem to change things around for 5 or 6 games. They looked a far different outfit. They got their defence sorted out, and then for some unknown reason, they just dropped in a heap.
Yeah, the old frailties there again tonight as Remy Casti takes the ball forward. Thomas Bosk. Here is Mogg. Mogg still looking to get that ball away. Gleeson with the tackle. Maguire. And Mick Potter thought long and hard about this selection problem he faced, whether he was going to sacrifice Aaron Gorrell to accommodate Casey Maguire. Well, there's never any doubt about accommodating Casey Maguire, but he had to leave Gorrell out, and it's paid off.
Certainly has. It's been very effective. Good captain's knock. He's control things at the dummy half position, and he must have been enjoying it out there, Terry, because the way that his forwards have worked around him has been superb. Power, strength, and some of the hits, cruel.
You know better than anyone, Steve-O, your hooker needs your forwards going forward for him to have any sort of impact on the game. The pleasing thing for Mick Potter in the Catalan set is the defence. The defence has been outstanding. They've looked to dominate every time that Warrington have got down it. And look at them, they're just chasing back.
Well, they're coming forward here looking for something.
But the
it's
amount
Lee
of,
Mitchell who's tackled, sorry.
But the amount of numbers that are getting back, and already they can control that tackle. They've got the defensive line set, and they're working for each other from the inside.
Breers pulling the strings, puts the kick in for Penny. Penny will win the race for this, will he? Oh, and then he's lost it.
It's
the second one they bombed. Okay, he was under pressure there, but just an indication of how committed Catalan are. Greenshields wasn't going to give this up.
Again, the second effort. Beautiful kick from Breers. The first time throughout this game that he's actually thrown the dummy, taken the step, and then put the kick through. It just has not been their night.
But you know, players talk about it all the time in training, having pride in your defensive line. And even when they cross the line, the Catalan players are still doing everything they can to try to make them not score the try. That's twice they've got over the try line, but they failed to ground the ball.
Into the last 5 minutes, Catalan Dragons heading for the next stage of the playoffs. Their first ever involvement. They're going to get another home tie. Wigan in town next weekend. The last time Wigan were here, it was some game in the regular season, and there was a big party on as well. Wilson is through. Wilson has got Murphy outside him. It's going to be 4. It's going to be 4 for Murphy. What a night for the winger who's taken French nationality. And the crowd have taken him to his heart, to their hearts here tonight. And look at those quick hands. Wilson making the first impression, and then Murphy finishing off.
Quality, class, outstanding. You could keep going all night. What about that? What about the combination? Boss, Mogg, they've done everything tonight. Wilson sends off Murphy. I'll make it 4 to wrap it up. Maguire's been outstanding. So has Mogg, so has Bosk. It's been a tremendous effort. He's been the man to finish them off. But you've got to look to the fact that the forwards have laid that platform. The 2 halfbacks have completely outplayed Breers and Monaghan. And not surprisingly, the crowd here have gone absolutely bananas.
And Justin Murphy equaling the playoff record for tries in a game. And That was the 4 that Leslie Vinacolo scored against Hull in 2005 and the 4 that Shontaine Harpy scored against Salford in 2006. And Justin Murphy joining a very celebrated duo of players. 4 for him in the game. Bosk waits while Steve Ganson gets everybody in order behind those posts. And then thumps that one towards the posts. Again, he's missed, but that won't matter to the crowd because, again, Catalan have turned on the style.
This pass was sheer class off Adam Mogg. But Matt King did not need to come in there. The Warrington players were there. He's left Kevin Penny on the wing, totally exposed.
But they're out on the feet, Terry. It's as simple as that. They can hardly find any energy at all. The defence, the frailties in that department have been well documented over the past 4 or 5 weeks, and it has been shown. Let's take nothing away, though, from the Catalans. The way they've played has been superb.
Very quickly, Steve-O, you're going to have to name a man of the match.
It's been very difficult, and I must say, though, Bill, I'm going to go for the fact that I think Thomas Bosk has been outstanding, not only in attack, but in defence.
So Murphy's got 4 tries, Bosk gets man of the match. He's done this before, hasn't he? Sean Briscoe. Sean Briscoe, you've done it. You did it to him, you've done it to Murphy. Bosk has got man of the match. Catalan Dragons have got a place in the next round of the playoffs. Warrington Wolves will lick their wounds. There'll be a dejected party after this game because they have been thumped. 9 tries for the Catalan Dragons, 4 for Murphy, 46-8 to Catalan.
Highly impressive. Catalan Dragons, 46 points. Warrington Wolves, 8. The Warrington Wolves then bow out of the Engage Super League 13 playoffs in 2008. A comprehensive victory for the French side in Perpignan tonight. And this is what it means.